Hello shell buddies and welcome back to the Eshway Bijou channel. Today we have a special treat. Have you ever gone shelling under the rainbow? Well, we're going to shell out at Lido Key under 2 of them and find a pot of gold shells.
Good heavens. I mean, are you kidding me? That glowing orange jumped right out. An alphabet cone. In the water or on the shoreline?
We're headed out to Lido Key today on the tail end of a rainstorm that wasn't quite done with us. It made all of the shells wet, made things easier to see, and gave us an absolutely unbelievable view of the sky. You won't believe how pretty this was. And make sure you stay tuned to the end. We have a full shell ID coming up at the end of this video. Found some really cool finds out there. So let's head out to Lido and go take a look.
Okay, we are at Lido South for the first time since Debbie. You might be able to see the sky's a little dark around us. We had to sit in the car and wait for about 15 minutes for the rain to stop. We might have an hour and a half or so that we can make this work in. And we're trying to hit low tide here. Now this time of year, low tide happens near sunset a lot of the time. And unfortunately, that's when our rain hits too.
Now just a little nerd note here on the lighting on this video. We're out there at sunset, and the sky is like black over Sarasota and inland. So some of the lighting is going to fluctuate quite a bit in this video, and there's not going to be very much that I can do to adjust or change that. But just understand that it is the natural conditions that we were shelling in out there. So you're going to see where things look a little more warmer and golden tone as the sun starts to set, or they get a little darker as the sun really starts to go down and we get stuck out there without very much light left to continue our shelling.
I think we're going to hit the rocks first and then make our way down to the point. It's nice after everything rains. It's a little easier to get around with the walker actually too. This kind of works. All right, that's the rain that just passed over us. Oh look, there's a rainbow, a double. There's one there and one there. Awesome. Maybe there'll be shells at the end of this rainbow. Looks a lot different than when we were here after the storm. Good gracious. Quite a bit less water, that's for sure. I might even be able to make it around the bottom of the rocks. Wow. Broken tulip. Yeah, we don't usually get too much good stuff up here in the top because of the grooming. But look at this. Well, it's changed out here a little bit again. And there's shells all over the place, babe. Look to our left. I want to see if there's anything above the rocks. That's where I'm going. There are these fun little shell piles all over the place. Oh, look. There's a worm. A little broken baby tulip. Broken turkey wing. Lots of arcs. Nice calico scallop piece. But yeah, that's just one little tiny pile. And there's some piles all the way down to the point, it looks like. And we're gonna check and see what's above the rocks. We came on by the rocks this time. Don't bother me. That's all right. I want to look in the water. I want to see if I can get around the rocks. Let's see what's down. A lot of broken and smashed. Finally getting a look at what's over here in the water. Looks to be quite a bit of stuff in the water down here. And the water is moving that way. Might find some fun finds over there down at the bottom. Alright, let's see what we got up here in this high rack. See where it's been carving up against the dune. Been a little carved since Debbie. Here's a nice whelk. Here's a great little lightning whelk. There, adjust the camera so you can see it. Nice lightning whelk to start off the evening. Got a cool yellow scallop here too. That's nice. Nice yellow color on that. Beautiful. That's a cool couple of finds right there. 2 turkey wings right next to each other. Awesome. We got here most of the crown conch, not quite all of it. Another nice lightning bug. Wow. Yeah, with a cooler pair. Oh, that's awesome. That is super cool. We got a little moon here. Another little crown conch right there. Big piece of Murex. And a cute calico scallop. Well, maybe 2. Let's take a look at him in the light. Oh no! I just dropped the crown. There he goes. There's the whelk. I just dropped the crown conch again. Ah, John's got a couple of whelks as well. There's the moon, the whole crown conch, and 2 cute scallops. Now you, I don't know why you don't want to come home with me and hang out with your buddies, but you're going in the bag, mister. Ooh, there's goodies all over the place. Oh, poor half of a moon. Got some piles over here too. A lot of broken whelks. There's a cutie pie. What'd you get? Oh, nice worm. I got a little cutie pie. Cool. Little whelk. There's a moon behind you, but its middle is blown out, yeah. Broken moon there. Torn up moon there. There's a worm. Oh, just a piece of a turkey wing. And there's an auger and a seraph. And another really great yellow cockle. Look at that guy. Oh, he's got a big hole in him. Too bad, his color's pretty nice. What's that? Yeah? A lot of blown out moon snails, that's for sure. There's a nice worm. Blown out fighting conch, blown out tulip, and a juvie fighter conch. And there's a moon right there. And another piece of worm. Some more nice finds. That's super pretty. Wow. And another auger. Awesome. Really pretty calico. There's a nice buttercup lucine. There's another worm hiding back there. Not very much of it. We'll leave him. Nice white scallop. And here we have Whelk and a prickly cockle. Great purple on the inside of that prickly cockle. That's gorgeous. Very nice. Ooh, that's a great turkey wing right there. Wow. Look at that guy. Look how dark. Nice. That's a good one. And there are shells here in the water. We aren't quite to low tide yet. Some of this water stuff is a little tough to get to right now. But there'll be stuff to look at when the water level goes down here as we get closer to sunset. Hopefully we'll be able to stay until low tide. More rain looks like it's on the way. Gosh, it's awful dark over there. John just picked up this really nice fighting conch. That's a great little fighting conch. Surprised it wasn't picked up already. Awesome. Oh my gosh, do you see it? That glowing orange jumped right out. What a great little horse conch. Wow. He's a beauty. He's got a weird bend in his siphon too that makes him even more special. Oh, I dig it. That's a great little horse conch. Nice find. What a beautiful sky. Super dark over that way. That rain kind of went that way over us. Sunset. And hopefully we won't get rained on again. There's our rainbow. Right there. Awesome. I have to say, I do kind of like this going after the rain thing because everything that's up on the beach has been rinsed off. Just really lost a piece of a fin. So if everything all rinsed off like that and damp, makes their colors pop a little brighter, makes things a little easier to see. It's sprinkling on us the littlest bit right now, not very much. Alright, now over here I'm not seeing shells like in the water's edge at all. But just ahead of me I'm starting to see something. It was tempting me to come down to the water and look in it again. Ooh, a bunch of stuff just got in my shoes. Okay, as I look down here, yeah, there's definitely shells, but water level's not where I need it yet. It's starting to get exposed though. Oh, one of those fighting conchs looked nice. Maybe not. Yeah, see? Now we're kind of talking stuff over here in the water. And showing up on the beach. Big crusty beach bowl. And a tiny little lightning whelk. Awesome. Oh yeah, now I can see lots of stuff in the water here as the water pulls back. You can catch it between wave sets, it's not bad. You can kind of see. Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff rolling around in here. Oh, here's a nice little juvenile fighting conch right there. Pretty little juvie fighter. What a cutie pie. Aw. Is that? Ooh. That's half of a whelk. Maybe we'll get lucky and find a couple of those. Alright, so now we have shells in this rack line and shells in that rack line above. And I know there's stuff in the water. Not the easiest to see at this time of day. Get on the other side of that little drop off and see the next wave set. What's in here? That's beautiful. Gorgeous fighting conch there. Other goodies are in here. Looks like lots of fighting conchs. Ooh. Getting the next wave set, I guess. Look at that rainbow. Oh, so beautiful. Look at that. It's doubled again. It was a single, now it's double again. There's a faint one right there. And a nice one right here. Oh, wow. It arches almost all the way over, you guys. I don't know if this is going to show on camera or not. But it arches all the way over for a full rainbow. How beautiful. Man. It's fighting Conchpalooza in here.
Yeah.
I just saw a really pretty one.
Really nice one.
I think it was just at my feet and then it moved.
Right there.
Ooh, gotcha. Hello, pretty. Aren't you gorgeous? Mostly knobless. Tried it out, tried one knob and decided they didn't want to be knobbed. Huh, that's really awesome. What a great fighting conch.
Now, what is this whole knobbed versus knobless thing? What is that? What am I speaking about here? Well, knobs are the bumps on that outer whorl on the shoulder of the shell. And you can see here, some of them have it and some of them don't.
So I have a nice little selection of Florida fighting conchs here, and I'm just going to show you the difference on the knobbed versus the knobless. Knobbed means this, and he's got these bumps here on this part of the shoulder of the outer whorl. And see that? This one here does too. This one and these two kind of go together because they sort of changed their mind. And this one doesn't have any. And neither does this guy. See that? No bumps. Now he has like nothing all the way up to the point. This one. This one kind of had a few up here. Sorta. And then went knobless. He said, I don't need knobs. Now we got these guys here. They've got knobs and they go all the way up. Sometimes they're spaced out like that. Sometimes they're a little closer together, like this one. And then we got these weirdos where he had knobs here, and then he did one over here. He didn't have any hair. and he decided he didn't want any more. So he's a make up your mind guy. This one, same thing. Had some, then didn't, then did. This one here, same thing. Had some, then didn't, then just has the one. Now, I've done a lot of looking online, and I can't seem to find a reason for why these guys will stop having knobs all of a sudden or develop without them completely. I don't know if it's a subspecies or if it's an environmental thing that has to do with it. I tend to lean more toward an environmental factor, whether it's nutrition or it's temperature or it's whatever the shells are exposed to, because we see this knobless thing and this undecided kind of knobbed, kind of not thing more at Lido Key than we do anywhere else. And if I ever find a real reason for that, why some of them have these bumps, some of them don't, and some of them can't make up their mind. If I ever find the answer, I will totally share it, but for right now, it is still a mystery. And as the waves pull back, I can see there's loads more stuff in here, but with the waves smacking, I can't tell what it is.
Double.
I got it. I took a picture or a video of it already. That first one's a full arch, babe. Take a look. Goes all the way around. Golly, there's a lot of fighting conchs in here. Wow. All right, the bottom feels like it's getting a little weird though. Like an angle. It's getting steep in there. I gotta come back out. Just sprinkling the littlest bit, but otherwise having a really pretty sunset here. You can see all of that rain offshore. That was all stuff that we had to sit in the car and wait for while we were waiting to come out here. There's talk of activity in the tropics, so figured we'd try to get a little sunset shelling in. Alright, there's a bunch of stuff in here. What all's in here? Looks like fighting conchs mostly. Lots of them. Gosh, the sand down here is so soft too. Keeps getting shifted around. Good and wet. Oh, that one did too. The only thing I can make out down there is fighting conchs. Alright, now, because I'm seeing all this stuff here, and I know how much stuff is in the water, I'm getting kind of antsy to see the point. I'm almost there. Won't take me much longer. A lot of colorful stuff up here in these rack lines, especially since everything got rained on, but I'm seeing a lot of broken stuff. Yeah, there's not much up here on the top, that's for sure. Doing a little better back toward the rocks up in this line. There's a broken crown conch. Oh yeah, really broken crown conch. Yeah, throw them in the bag for shadow box stuff. Ooh, there's a drop down right there. Gosh. Kind of surprised me. Now I saw something that looked nice. Ooh, there it is. That's a beauty. That's another great little fighting conch. I like that guy. Saw a turkey wing flip over down there. Oh, slide it toward me. Oh, it's not a turkey, it's a mossy. There we go, Florida fighting conch and a mossy arc. Getting around to the corner now. Loads of stuff in the water down here. Lots of fighting conchs from the looks of it. And we're just about to the bottom. Look at the fighting conchs. Oh my gosh. They're everywhere. Oh, look at that guy. Nice. I saw a fairly white olive here a second ago. I wonder where that went. Oh, there's a cone down there too. I don't know if I'm going to see it again. Oh, heck no. Oh, there's another olive though. Got three pretty nice ones. Big, beefy, fat olives. And some nice colors. Look at the heron crane hanging out with us here on the end. That's amazing. He's beautiful. All right. We have gotten down to the bottom. To the point. And this sand sort of extends out. Oh, he's all surf-worn. Grabbed him because of his color. And then I saw the whelk. Got a nice whelk. And another nice olive. Sweet. There are so many olives in here. It's crazy. Everywhere I look, I see them rolling around. I've broken fighting conchs too. And some other ones. That's a beauty. Look at that. Super pretty. Another big fat olive and another juke. Oh, he's broken though. I was gonna say another little younger juvenile. Not a full baby, but not fully adult either. Oh boy. Yeah, some of the colors on these guys are great. Condition, and this sand is so soft. Nope, open up there. I'm amazed that I have any place to stand at all over here. I mean, the last time I was here, this was way flat. Now it's starting to kind of chop and drop off again. And I'm sinking, like my feet are just sinking in this stuff. Hello, tulip. And a juvie fighting conch. Other goodies are in here. Another big olive. Alright. And a little whelk. Alright, too. This meant to be, little friend. You're gonna come home with me. Oh, I just saw a nutmeg. Where did it go? There. We've pushed it up out. Oh my gosh. Whoa. What did I get here? Well, that one has a hole, so we'll put that back. Look at that one with the purple. Oh boy. Some olives, a tulip, a couple of juvenile flora fighting conchs, and a big one. And oh, yeah, can't let the color on that guy slide by me. And a nutmeg. Wow. Doing great down here in the end this evening. Gotta stop picking up so many fighting conchs though. Bag's getting a little heavy. I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing really good.
Finding some good stuff, babe?
Yeah.
There's lots of nice fighting conchs down here. It's right up your alley.
Yeah, well, I'm only picking up the first few. Okay?
Okay.
Like, look at this guy.
Ooh. Oh, those are nice. Look at that guy.
Uh-huh.
Woohoo!
Hey, look at that guy.
Ooh, I got a big fat guy like that too. I think yours is bigger.
There, I got something you ain't got.
What's that? Ah! Ooh, a horse conch. Nice! Did you find that down here at the bottom?
Yep. And
An alphabet cone. In the water or on the shoreline?
Here.
Nice.
And then I got this really dark Tom Newman.
Nice. Awesome, babe. There's a horse. A horse conch. A pretty one. Wow, look at this, babe. Nice orange. That's a beaut. Really awesome. Hey, Tulip. Come here. There you are. You're a pretty one, too. Alright. Get myself on something slightly more solid feeling because my feet just keep sinking in this stuff. It's kind of sketchy down here. There's a nice moon. And a great fighting conch. Man, there's some beautiful fighting conchs down here tonight. But look at those beauties, too. Well, he may not be as nice as I thought. I didn't see that big giant hole. Okay, Moon, I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna take your friends. Look at the oranges on this. Stunning. Now behind me, over here in the water, there's loads of stuff too. And see where it goes and it drops? I don't know if you can see that on camera or not. It's getting a little dark out here, but that's because our sunset went behind the clouds. Dang it. Not funny. Not funny. I wanted my sunset tonight. Oh well. Just have to content myself with these shells, I guess. Alright, let's take a break from the water. Let's come up here and look in the rock piles. Now, if an alphabet cone showed up here, I'm willing to bet somebody showed up over there too. And we may, if we have the daylight, go look. It's gonna be kind of tough for me to leave over here though, because there is just so much. And I know there's more in the water that I haven't seen yet, and the level's still dropping. Oh, nope, I thought it was a rock snail. Just a really torn up old fighting conch. Here's one too, this is an older one. Some shells wedged in it. Little drill hole in it. He's neat. And oh my goodness, look at the color on that. Alright, we're gonna rinse him off. He's great. Trying to see what all else is up here. Just had a broken whelk get washed in. Oh, I do so love the end of Lido Key. I always find the coolest stuff down here. Oh man, are those as good as I think they are? Wow. Alright, rinse everybody off. And what do we have? Let's take a look. Well, he's not very nice. He's pretty broken. This guy's got a hole, but his colors are so fantastic. I think I might excuse it. That's nice. What's that? Look at this olive. How dark. Oh, man. Nice. I'm having too much fun down here. There is so much stuff mixed in with the sand, John. It's nuts. It's absolutely crazy. And my goodness, I found some nice fighting conchs this evening. It's a school to fish. I mean, I could walk on this sand a little further out, but it's just so shifty, I don't trust it. What do we got here? Oh, another stunner. Oh, wow. That guy is gorgeous, too. Oh, hello, cutie pie. Oh, man, these fighting conchs are killing me. So many nice ones. Wow. Look at that beauty. Stunner. I mean, it's just a massive amount of fighting conchs. It's just massive. Oh, hey, there's a nice spiny jewel box. Nice spiny, look at that. Got all his spines, and some of them are pretty long. Hopefully you can see it. It's getting a little dark out here. And then up here, I see a really nice moon. Oh, wow, look at that dark swirl in the center of that. That's amazing. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. All right, so this is interesting too. The bigger this point gets, the further around it the drop-off point becomes. What I was expecting to see behind me, I'm now seeing in front of me, this scarping effect, they call it. It's when the dune gets kind of carved. And you can see too that the water level is still, or the water clarity is still not amazing. Okay, yeah, I gotta get off of here. There's no place to step. Heron's mad because he had to move. Yeah, that's pretty steep over there. Let's see what other goodies we have up here in the High Line. Lots of seaweed tumbled up in with lots of broken shells. Loads and loads and loads. I think I'm having more fun in the water. But it's interesting to see how this is getting carved too. Like walk to where I'm about to walk to, and you'll see there's a line kind of cut through here. The water's been going over the end. What do we got here? Beat up turkey wing, broken juvie, nice button, nice apple murex, and oh, a blown out whelk. He looked good from that angle, not from that one. But these are quite nice. Little apple murex and a really big button snail. I got a great whelk out of the water, yes. Unfortunately, I forgot to turn the camera on before I picked it up. That's a nice one, though. Sweet. Broken ones rolling around all over. So we do have stingrays out here, and we're kind of just scuffling along so they have the opportunity to dart away. This time of year, you need to do the stingray shuffle. Man, I wish we had just a little more daylight. There's so much good stuff in this edge, and we're just now finally being able to see it. But we got clouds blocking our sunset, and it's getting dark on us quickly. I don't think I'm going to be able to see anything on camera if I pick it up down there.
I want you to check this guy out.
Let's look at this one more time. It's so pretty.
He's amazing when he's cleaned up.
Ooh, yeah, he is. He's a little tatty looking right now, but that's periostracum all over him. I bet he'll clean up gorgeous. I hope so, because he's a little stinky. Teeny little bit smelly. There's another whelk going by me. Hey, look at you. You're nice. Awesome.
That deformity he's got right there. Right there.
Oh yeah, he's got a weird dent in him.
Yep.
He's a weirdo. I like weirdos. Come on in the bag, little weirdo, shall? And that is what's coming at. Sponge?
Huh?
Piece of a sponge? This looks like some kind of a bird skull. That's pretty wild. Huh. First one of those I've ever found. Put that in the littles jar. See if I can find out more about it when we get home. Because we are losing our light. Well, that's okay. We still had a pretty good outing here tonight. We found some really, really neat stuff. Look at all the pelicans out here hunting. Here go two more. So cool. Alright, let that wave set kind of go by. And it should be calming back down. Gotta get lucky between the waves. What, babe? Am I ready? No, but I don't think we have a choice. I think we're gonna have to go. Oh, look, there's a nutmeg. All right, well, I found another one that was nicer than this one, but this one is kind of ratty, so I think I'm gonna leave that behind. That one's in tough shape. Babe, what if we walk directly across over to that little cut-in part? We used to find some alphabet cones over there. Unless you want to walk up here in the water. Thinking maybe if we go this way, we'll be able to see for just a little bit longer. The rain is picking up too, so we're about out of time. Bummer. Oh, look, a sailor's ear. Well, since I'm losing my light and it's starting to rain and we're heading back to the car, this may be the last thing I pick up here on Lido Key this evening. Thank you, South Lido Key Beach, for another wonderful shell outing. A rainy night out at Lido Key South sure turned in some great shells for us. Now, I'm just going to let you know, I don't have everything on the table yet because these guys haven't actually been washed. They're just rinsed. I will show you that there is more though. Mostly what we found was fighting conchs, olives, and whelks that night. We did find a couple of other things, but that was the majority of what we picked up. So as you can see, these guys, they still need to run through the bleach. The other ones do too. And they are going to all need a little acid wash cleanup. But we had some really nice variety and size on a lot of this stuff. We go back up here. Now, that one, he needs a good rinsing. He's still covered in periostracum. He's got a little green tinge to him. He's got some muck on him. So, yeah, he's not going to end up that color, but he's pretty cool right now, though. Big moon snail that was broken, along with a nice selection of other ones too. And I mean these olives. Holy cow, some of these were in beast mode. Look at the size of these guys. This is fairly normal for what we find for olives right here. Okay. Look at the size of those.
All right, normal. A normal good-sized olive, okay? A normal good-sized olive. That's a nice olive. Good heavens. I mean, are you kidding me? That is enormous. Enormous for an olive. It's bigger than my index finger. Bigger than my thumb. I mean, jeez Louise, look at the size of these guys. So just, I had them kind of stacked, small, getting bigger, big, with a little bit getting smaller. But even these guys down here are good size. Look at that. I mean, these are all really, really, really big olives. And the colors on that one, wow. That's nice. So those were a lot of fun. We also found some worm snails, and a lot of them in a really nice dark variety, which I kind of like. These are mostly the West Indians. They have a much more regular curl and coil to them than the Florida worm snails, which look like they are drunk to me. They just coil all over the place. They're kind of crazy. So I wanted to show just the variety of the colors on these conchs, and I wanted to point this out too. There is some discussion in the show world whether or not fighting conchs that go knobless or have all knobbed, are they the same species? Are they a different species? I'm not sure, but I can tell you I find fossils the same way. Some of them are knobbed, some of them, like this guy back here, they've got the knobs, right? Some of them are knobless. They don't have much of anything going on there. And some of them, well, they don't seem to be able to make up their mind. Look at this guy. He's got knobs, he's got knobs, he stops, he's got another knob, then he stops. So I am coming to believe that it could be an environmental factor of some sort that does it, rather than genetics, because that is not the only fighting conch that I've found like that. I actually sent one down to Charmin's auction for the fundraiser for Fort Myers last year, or the year before. It was the year following Ian. And I actually had a fighting conch that I named Make Up Your Mind, because it started out knobbed and ended up knobless. You can see too that when they start out small with colors, they're probably going to stay those nice darks. Come out like that guy, or those. So I don't know, these shells just fascinate me, but boy do they get heavy. So our bags filled up kind of quickly, which was okay because the weather was not great. Moving on, we have a turkey wing here, a couple of nice chestnut turbans, some little calico scallops. There's a sailor's ear back there, and he's just a normal colored sailor's ear that needs to be cleaned. That's one of the Van Heinings. Boy, is he crusted. He needs a good cleanup too. We got some nice tulips here. Little baby apple murex, a spiny jewel box, a yellow cockle, a huge button snail. He's really big compared to the ones we saw from Tiny's night over at the north end. An alphabet cone, and a horse, and a horse, and a pony, and a fossil pony. Then we have this really bizarre find. This is the skull from a bird of some sort. Found this on the beach, and it's obviously been out there for quite some time. It probably washed in. But I thought that was kind of an interesting piece too. Not exactly sure what I'm going to do with it. It's going to get bleached up, and then, well, probably hydrogen peroxide just to be gentler on it. Then we'll see. Then we'll see if I make anything out of it. And then we have a couple of little unusual whelks here. All right. I'm going to get the other whelk that's sitting out here with me that looks more normal. And then we're going to talk about these guys. All right. Normal spacing on the lightnings of the lightning whelk. They're kind of fanned out. There's some distance between them. Look at these guys. Look how close those lines are. Look at that, how close they are together. So this is a little more common, and this was whatever was going on with the whelks that night. A whole bunch of them were washing in that were like this.
So again, I'm not sure, a genetic thing, a environmental thing. Can't really be positive, but I did think that that was pretty spectacular, especially with this one, how close the lines were to each other. That's really beautiful. Lovely, lovely, lovely lightning whelks. And then one last little cool guy to talk about. Of course, you see the alphabet cone. You can indeed find cones like this on Lido Key after storms too. This wasn't even after a storm, and we had this guy wash in. Look how pretty all that pattern is. It looks like it's a line of hearts on it. It's gorgeous. So this is something you can find at Lido if you are lucky, and we've gotten lucky in the past a few times there, last summer and this winter. So yeah. Now this guy. He looks kind of like a crown conch, but not really.
Now I had to look at this guy really, really close. At first I thought it was a crown conch. But then after I looked at it again, I thought maybe it was a rock snail, a Florida rock snail. But I came back to crown conch, and the reason for that is that the rock snail doesn't have those kind of, see how it makes like almost like an ice cream scoop, and there's different layers to the whorl, and it sort of rounds around. The rock snail's a little pointier than that and doesn't do that. So this one was really confusing with all those horizontal lines and that strange coloring on them. It could have gone either way, but the top is really what made the determination for juvenile crown conch.
And one last little fun thing about these horse conchs. Look at this guy. He's got like a bend. He's bent like over this way. See how he doesn't sort of sit straight where this one kind of does? So yep, we got a weirdo horse conch too. You know me, I love a weirdo. So all in all, we had a really fun time out at South Lido Key, and there was indeed a pile of shells under the rainbow.
Oh, can you believe the alphabet cone? How awesome was that alphabet cone? So beautiful. And those fighting conchs, man, perfect gold for under the rainbow. Mwah! What a great time we had out at Lido Key at South Lido Key Beach Park. Well, I hope you enjoyed this week's adventure out to Lido, and I hope you'll consider going, even if it's raining a little bit or right after it does, because you won't believe what it does for making shells easier to see out on the beach. It was fantastic, and I highly recommend it, as long as there's not, lightning and thunder to contend with. If you want to find a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, then you know what you need to do. Get out there and go shelling! And if you'd like to see more shelling from the Sarasota area, in particular on Lido Key, then check out the playlist that I have linked above for you at the end of the video, and we'll see you over there.